Everybody, good morning. Hope you're doing well. Uh, Allergies kicking in, but I want to have this video. Of course, the ones that really need to hear it, they're not going to hear it. Let's go ahead and get to it. In this economy, I don't know if some people do not watch the news, but if you have a job, you might want to be happy, be thankful, because many do not. So let's go ahead and get to it. It blows my mind. So, Bonquisha behind the desk, and this is professional Bonquisha. Come to work, ladies, do your job. What happens if, I was trying to auction for an item last night and I didn't win? Oh, my husband made me mad. Oh, my baby daddy. Nobody cares. Please just do your job. And especially when you're coming from our demographic, you're coming from, we're at the bottom collectively financially. There is no like, well, I'm going to go over here and maybe, find out where Black corporate America is. There are a whole lot of businesses in this location and restaurants, what have you. I can go get a job there. We don't have that. Don't forget, this is a group that's notorious for killing out the business owners. Let's go ahead and get to it. Some people just want to be so smart that they are dumb. So Bonquisha, I'm not going to say the name of the company. Let's just say a furniture company, okay? Nice furniture company. Um, just because people look like you, again, there are cultures within cultures. Everybody doesn't have the same upbringing. Not every Black woman is a, let's say, divorced woman raising kids or a baby mama raising kids. Not all of us are like that. There's some Black women that are married, some are single, living their best lives. There are some Black women that are baby mothers, and guess what? They realize, yo, this job is a joke. If I want to have hope or a future for my kids, I got to do better. So, and that's what they're doing. But you're always going to have some who are just so unhappy. You equate Black with poverty, and because not everybody's on the poverty roll, you got a serious problem. Self-hatred and ignorant. And that is why, having a discussion, I was like, that guy that was on Twitter yelling about the Black women that raised that money for Kamala. And we got Black women, and some other Black men chimed in. He wasn't yelling. The one that said, he was like, Black women homeless. You got to understand, if you're a Black woman and you have money, in this case is a good example. If you are a Black woman or a Black man, and it's just people in general, regardless of race, I always want to say this to the ninth power. It's a little higher. If you have resources, you can't always try to help somebody that looks like you that doesn't. Why? That person will turn around and direct they may direct all their anger at you. That's why people want to hang with people that will come and bond with. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be with somebody that's kind of out of whack. Case in point, lady orders let's say furniture, and it's delivered. Okay, $15,000. That's a nice amount of money. For some other reason, I don't know if the swatches or whatever the deal was or the measurements was off. For some reason, the furniture was returned. Okay, and I don't mean just picked up in the U-Haul. Here y'all furniture go. No, it was returned. It was picked up and brought back to the store. So it sounds really simple, right? This is very simple. Once the furniture has been picked up or returned, you typically like sign a form, right? When you're returning, and they don't just come and just pick it up. No, you're gonna sign a form and get the little slip, and you're on your way. Weeks pass by, and it's like, what's the problem? You have the item back. Go ahead and just process the refund to the person's card. That's all you have to do. Bonquisha, but the problem is the company hired Bonquisha. Again, it blows my mind. There, as my dad says, some people cheat on the list. So Bonquisha, she's behind the desk. And Bonquisha, maybe because you can't relate, it doesn't matter. Girl, just do your darn job. That's all you have to do. You taking care of yourself, your mom, your kids, and your man. So Bonquisha, her job is to do something so simple. The item is back at the warehouse or whatever they have it. Give the person a refund. That's it. Send the money back to the card. That's it. It's not hard to do. You don't even have to lift up a chair or sofa. Okay, it's back. The guy's confirmed. Give the refund. They on to the next job. What do you think happens? Bonquisha calls the customer, and the customer, is like, yeah, they want the refund. They returned it. Just do your job. So the customer Bonquisha realizes obviously that it's a black woman as a customer. You already know what's gonna happen, right? Bonquisha has not processed the refund. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. You passed 30 days, you passed 60 days. I don't know if it's true. Somebody said she been, and so that's why you got to be very careful that when some customers, it's a high end place, duh. When some customers are returning things, they've seen her going on Google, like typing in the address, I guess, to look at the house. It's like, what? Okay. So for some reason, she's spoken with this black woman, and I guess I said, oh, that probably makes sense. She's probably trying to gauge the person's financial picture based on where they live. Well, if they're buying 15,000 and they're not doing layaway, honey, they're not in the PJs or not in the hood. That'd be highly unlikely. So she has not processed the refund, okay, to the customer who is a black woman. Call again. Oh yeah, it's a mix up. There is no mix up. You have the furniture. Fast forward, I have never in my life heard of such. You're approaching 90 days. That's unheard of. That is unheard of. So now the lie has gone from, oh, I thought she did it, and I think she just been trying to buy time. And it occurred to me, I can already see Bonquisha, that $15,000, the furniture that was purchased, that's probably really bothering her. The fact that, and it sounds silly, but I think the fact that a black woman could buy their furniture, that's what the problem is with Bonquisha. That's the problem right there. It's like, so now the customer tired of going, this makes no sense with Bonquisha. So it's like, and you would think, is this your company and the money? You're trying to steal the money? Listen, nobody gonna forget about no $15,000. Nobody gonna forget about $50. Are you kidding me? So it was like, oh, I think she's been doing these excuses to get the person, to forget about it. It's like, what are you doing? I just think she's just trying to mess with the black woman customer. So now, dealing with Bonquisha, and I think the lady should have been gone over her head. I wouldn't have given that hood a rat the time of day like that. I think she should have gone over her head. She should have. That's, I think, her mistake. It's like, I mean, and I can't see how this could even happen. It's like, once the furniture got back there should be checks and balances. Hey, we pick this up, give this form, whatever, to her, and you get them. I don't see how. But Bonquisha has failed to process that woman's refund. And I think I know what it is. It's called jealousy. It's called, oh, I don't think I'll ever be able to afford that. Oh, she spent that on furniture. And I was like, this is crazy. I said, this may really explain why she's allegedly going online and typing in people's addresses. It's like, are you giving directions to the guys that's going to go pick it up? I'm just trying to understand. Are you giving directions? So I think no, it's for a nefarious reason. I think she's trying to do that to try to gauge their finances. Well, the fact they can buy their furniture, that tells you a whole lot right there. What do you think has happened? Again, the lady should have been gone over her head. Now, the lady has she's tired of playing these little games. Again, it's like, it makes me wonder, is the money in your account? You're trying to hold it? No, I've seen this before. This reminds me of one of those deals where it's just a black person with money. I've heard a black man complain about it in a hotel. He's like, you gotta be kidding me. He's already paid for the hotel. Tyrone behind the counter refused to give, I kid you not, refused to get a key. It's like, are you kidding me? A wealthy black man, it's like, you do see the card being charged already when the reservation was made. Just hand the man the little key thing, or hand him a little code. He can punch it in, get into his room. That's all you have to do. Tyrone, I can't find you. It's in the system. What do you think happened? I knew what it was. It was a black man seeing another black man dressed up real nice, affording that room that he probably couldn't afford. So what did he decide to do? I think it was on purpose. So of course you got to go and get Becky or Tom, and then all of a sudden, oops, they can find it. Listen, you think that fool couldn't find a room? He knew what it was. It's just caught in the groove. A lot of our people equate blackness with poverty. And if you're a black person and you are not laden down with poverty, oh my goodness, you got more than 2 cans of beans in your cupboard. We mad. Instead of trying to maybe emulate, get your game up. I was like, I don't think, man, this this makes no sense. Do you need some ID? This makes no sense. I knew what it was. It's about money. It's all about money. That's what it is. So anyway, Bonquisha, bad for business. So now the woman is tired. Now all of a sudden you get a letter involved. This may turn into a legal matter. And the sad thing I thought about, I was like, wow, was she that dumb to think somebody was going to forget about not $500, $50? You thought somebody was going to really just let go 15,000 on a furniture? I said, look how bad she's making the business look. Look how bad she's making that business look. And then you wonder why, oh, they always complain. Sometimes you have to. Like I said, I don't see how I got this far. It's one more. Maybe she's like an international traveler, what have you. I get it. But it's like, you got to be freaking kidding me. So now it's turning into, looks like a potential legal matter. Now the person give a bad rating. Now they're hollering fraud. Ain't no when. Where is the money? You cannot have a business where you sell an item, the person returns within a certain time frame as dictated on your receipt, and then you take the item back. So you're gonna keep the money in the furniture. Who does? That's not impossible. There's just no way. But Bonquisha. So now they want not just the $15,000 back. They want an apology, and now they want more than the 15. All because of who? The angry black woman behind the desk. It reminds me just recent. No, it's been maybe a month ago. My homegirl called me. She was like, "Oh yeah, so and so they had a layoff." I said, "Really?" I said, "You know what?" I said, "I do recall somebody saying that." She goes, "Girl, it was a layoff," and she said to me, and this is a black woman. She said they laid off all the black people. I said, "Really?" She goes, "Oh yeah," and she said it's their fault. I was like, "Wow." Mm-hmm. She said, it's their fault. She said, you know how they want things done because, again, it's their company. So they're saying for you to do things a certain way. Again, it's their company. She said, the ones that was in there, it's always somebody with a hookup. Like they're getting the regular paycheck. But guess what? They're leaving out some steps. So some idiot decided, hey, guess what, y'all? I'm leaving out this step. That step is taking too long. I'm leaving out this step. So some idiot decides to leave out a step and make it faster. It's taking too long. And so then I'm like, well, what are they doing? Probably, which she didn't say, but I'm like, they're probably on the internet because you don't have, it's not like they got somebody walking around watching them. They're probably on the internet or on their phones. So this is someone's business. So you're going to leave out this step and then the rest of them can't. Yeah, I haven't been doing it and no one said anything. Well, they may not realize it until further down the line, idiot. Just do the job you're paid to do. So of course, just like those fools and those loans did that thing about the lady, they said they had those restaurants, those SBA loans, and then it turns out it was a lie. Then it turns out the restaurant, it was all a lie to get some money, and they were the addresses where they live. So it's like, so you live where the restaurant is, and it was an apartment building. So you have with don't forget, like up to 10 workers. Yeah, but this is also where you live. That apartment building, some of y'all are on housing. Why? Some fool came up with the idea and the rest of them jumped on the bandwagon. So this right here, she was telling me, she says, oh yeah, they fired them off. She said, it's their own fault. So this right, so she was like, they were taking shortcuts. And then let me guess down the line, when the checks and balances come, because they don't understand business, that's when it was found out. And that's why when they came in unexpectedly and all, who was all gone. We're getting our work done faster. I'm going to leave this step out. Do you think they're going to get unemployment? Not because basically, if you think about it, hate to tell you this, but I'm a stickler. I'll be criticized for saying it. It's basically theft. They paid you to do a job and you didn't do it. You showed up there and did what you wanted to do and got those folks money, and then they caught up with you and they fired. So what does that tell you? You're causing them a problem. Now somebody has to go back and do the job that you're supposed to do. Yeah, that's what I say. It's basically theft. But the hood doesn't understand that. And I thought about this, how I was like, wow. So now all this is going on. You know what's probably going to happen. I'm like, man, if it's gotten this far, oh, I thought I did. It's like, girl, you can't say you thought you did, because aside from calling, the woman has sent emails, and all those emails have been sent up. So aside from the phone call, you're thinking maybe your word to get some. It's like, wow, just to your job. So I said, wow. So she's probably going to get fired. You think? Who would keep an idiot on? Probably going to get fired. You know she needs that job, or she wouldn't show up there. I doubt she's a trustafarian, and part of her trust is that, hey, I got to keep on working, just for the sake of my trust fund. No, 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 no. Bonquisha needs that job. And I thought about it. I said, wow, if you stop and look at it, it seems like, is the hatred so strong? Let's be real. The hatred is so strong, and the jealousy, that she's willing in this case here to inconvenience someone because she sees a black person that has money that she doesn't have, can afford something that she can't. So you mean to tell me you are willing to go out of your way to inconvenience this person? Look, the lady has that kind of money. Don't try my card, it's going to decline. The lady has this kind of money. And I said, wow, you're willing to go so far. You think you're so smart, like someone's going to forget about it, that you would even, and that's what she's doing, you're going to even risk your own employment, just like those dusties, those black men, when it came to them loading stuff up for the black women and all that, and got fired. Bonquisha too. As I said before, said again, why I think it is, there are what? There are cultures within cultures. And there is a culture that we have that is just self-hating. They want everybody to be in the same box. That's never going to happen. Because guess what? While somebody's chilling, somebody's going to get their grind on. I think they want everybody to be just like them. Now, if it was Becky Boo or May Wong, it wouldn't be a problem. And I said, look at this right here. We have I'm beginning to see, I was like, wow, we have another case where it's a black woman on a black woman. It's like, this doesn't make the money, time the furniture arrived back there, she should have gotten the money back. This ain't, I'm not knocking it because I shopped there like maybe 20 years ago, but this ain't RTG from the warehouse. Even I'm sure RTG has a system, you think? All stores do. And I said, this is sad. It's gotten to this point. So I'm like, the lady has, man, so she been ignoring the email. So they're going to go away. No, ma'am, the lady is setting the paper trail up. And the email has a thing called, I don't know, date on it. Yeah. So then when they see the date and time, they can see the correspondence and it's being ignored. So Bonquisha, I look for her to be fired. This is crazy. This is like theft. And I thought about it. What did my homeboy tell me? He said in his company, what did he say? Only gonna have a limited number from the BC. I said, man, imagine if you're a small business and that goes on, and you're thinking you made can you imagine a small business and this could tank it? Something so simple. All she had to do was give the money back. But you can't. I think she has an issue with the fact that this black woman could afford that furniture, and oh my goodness, she gonna send it back. So your life is your. I think her life is just so negative that you want to hurt her. But what's gonna happen? So stupid. You're gonna be hurting yourself because I'm quite sure they're gonna fire this fool. The self-hatred is that strong. Bonquisha. The self-hatred, is it that strong? It is. So now, like I said, we'll see if we get an update. I said, I bet she's going to probably get fired. She's basically refusing to give the person the money back. And so now the company looking, I was like, wow, see, all it takes. And you wonder why sometimes our people are putting other people out front. This is why. They can't take a chance. Cannot take a chance. Good luck using that job as a reference. Bonquisha behind the desk. It's the jealousy and it's the hatred that's strong. I said, this doesn't make any sense. It's like, it doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense. But see, coming from this community, oh, trust me, I get it. Trust me. I'm like, has she been doing this? And I thought about it. She's probably been doing the other people's, refund or whatever. She's probably been doing that, not a problem. But this case here, and my thing is, why are you sitting up here putting people's address in on Google? Again, you're not the delivery guy, so what are you doing that for? I hope that lady security is on point. Because I hate to tell you, Bonquisha doing that just alone, man, she might be trying to get some of her homies or her dead baby daddy. I hate to say it, be very careful to do a pull up. My homeboy, he complained at a hotel about Bonquisha, the maid causing a problem. He was traveling out of town, so he's also working from the hotel. And then she comes in. He's like, "Listen, I can't have the vacuum going all that. So what time are you gonna come? Because I have he was doing a Zoom call, and he's like, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and do this later, so you can come in and clean the room, and then I'll come back because she got the vacuum thing going. How about what happened? It's been an hour. It's been a whole hour. He comes because he told her I work from the hotel. It's been a whole hour. It wasn't funny, but it was like, you got to be kidding me. It's been a whole hour. He's told her he works at the hotel. He's traveling and that he takes calls. So you can't, he don't want to have her in the background. It needs to be, and number one is business. It's not her darn business what you up in there. You already know. People get the help out. You don't want you discussing it with you. They don't know you. So it's like, make sure, okay, so at this time, so he'll leave and come back and then get it done. So an hour, he said he'd come back in. The room wasn't clean. And he said when he walked in, she was sitting on the edge of the bed on the phone talking. And he's like, are you done? He said, look in the bathroom. It wasn't clean. Oh, I'm going to need about 30, 40 minutes. But it's been an hour already. Been an hour. What are you doing? Goofing off. See, an idiot doesn't understand business. Doesn't understand business. He can't have you in the background while he's talking. They don't want to see you. Doesn't get it. Too stupid. And that's why she'll always probably be in that little job. Oh, by the way, she then did something really stupid. She supposed to clean the bathroom. Water was all on the floor. He almost slipped. I said, see, right then and there, I said, you could have had a slip and fall. You could have had a slip and fall, and she was just there. I said, oh, see, some people, they would have fell or made themselves fall. And guess what? That would have been some kind of, what do you call it, premises liability. You could have sued that hotel. They would have pulled the camera and said, oh, when all he did it was she was in there. So it could be either one of them. All they know is you got your person in there cleaning. If you have your maid service center, the cleaning lady, why the hell is all the water on the bathroom floor? Because the question would be, why didn't she clean it up? I said, now what if he had did a fall and then, called the ambulance and then sued him? All because of who? Stupid Bonquisha. Look at the housekeeper. So he complained and he told them about it. He said, hey, I almost slipped. He said, I almost slipped, but I guess he hit onto like the counter or something, almost slipped. And so after that, they got the manager and they saw all that water on the bathroom floor. And she had just left there. Yeah, I was in that room. Why you do that? So you know what happened? They fired her. That's when I told y'all about they fired her and we were on the phone talking and I was like, yeah, how'd it go? Yada yada. And then he said, oh, hold on. And you could hear like at the door, he said, listen. He put on speaker. He says, let me call you back. I got to call security. He said, it's because she had just gotten fired like that day. So it was the evening time. And he said, that's her boyfriend. He said, I know it's her boyfriend. He said, because I'm see out the window. And he says, I see her boyfriend dropping her off in the vehicle. He said, so that's her man. You know, he drops her off, give her a kiss, and then he picks her up. So guess what happened? He was at the door, on the door, banging on the door, banging on the door. He said, I'm not going to open the door. He said, I think he's drunk. I said, yep. I said, it doesn't surprise me. He probably came to fight you. That's what I think. Doesn't surprise me. He probably came to fight you. You don't got one quiver fat. Come on that shit. You come on that shit. I'm ready to fight you. I'm ready. No, dog. She supporting me and my baby. What's wrong with you? You got one quiver fat. I knew what it was. I said, yeah, he wants you to open up the door. I said, he's talking crazy. I said, yeah, if that's the boyfriend, you've seen him. I said, she's telling him what happened. And yeah, he's there to go ahead and give you a beat down. Good luck using that job as a reference. It says things like this here, we want to keep a secret, not tell anyone. Then you wonder why we already have high unemployment. Then a person, it makes it bad for the decent person that wants to get a chance, and you can't. Why? Because of Bonquisha before you. Then you wonder why some people that look like you have a business, but they're dealing with Becky, Boo, and Maria. You wonder why. Can't take a chance. I had my own experience, and I was like, wow, it is what it is. A simple thing, Cinefax, is got to get to New York right now. This right here, it is $200,000 waiting. Do you understand? So guess what? Cinefax right now, again, $200K, major deal. Please. Bonquisha Cinefax one time. Oh, the fax didn't go through. Send it again, moron. I shouldn't have to tell you. Look up Bonquisha. What the hell is this? 2 hours later, the people called me. We're still waiting. I lost that account. Sure as hell did. 2 hours later, so they've been calling the office, and now somebody got my cell phone. I said, yeah, anything, always a cell phone just in case. 2 hours in, they're waiting. Two hours. Bonquisha in the fax one time. I'm like, this paper has to get there. I shouldn't have to explain to you. 2 dang hours. Sitting up here, what the hell are you doing? She on the computer. Oh, the fax failed. You don't have a common sense brain how to the fax failed. Let me call the people back to confirm the fax number. Can I email it and resend it? This fool sent it one time and it cost me that account. Yes, ma'am, it did. It cost me that account. Hate to say it. The same thing has happened, And it's the thing now, it's like an e-fax system. Same thing happened before. It happened again with Becky and Maria, and they just sent it over again. I didn't have to tell them. Common sense. Didn't have to tell them. So it's things like this to our people want to, I heard so-and-so hired somebody that's what hired a white girl, a white man. I heard that's who she hired. You wonder why. It cost me that account. Who? Bonquisha. Giving her a chance. A simple thing. 2 hours? You are what? You are downstairs waiting for 2 hours in Manhattan, New York? What you waiting 2 hours for? And I'm still preparing her down behind. 2 hours. I lost the account. Had to work hard to get that one. What does that say? What does it say for me as a business owner who happens to be a Black person? So Black wealth at zero by 2050? Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be sooner than that. So this here, we can't get off your behind and get the chip off your shoulder. If you are a baby mama, a bad marriage, or whatever the hell the situation may be, deal with it. Come to work, do your job, and then go home. Deal with that later. And in this economy, that's why I said the foolishness is it's uncanny. In this economy. So then it would surprise me. This case here, she's going to be fired. And then can't use him for a reference. Then I'll be sitting up, oh, I'm gonna need help for me and my babies. Black wealth at 0 2050. I don't find it hard to believe. I just think it's gonna be closer to more like 2035. Oh yeah. Look, it's 20. Look, and the next year gonna be a humdinger. So you wonder why sometimes they're putting somebody else up front. This is why. Anyway, I gotta go for my morning jog. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Be alert, be aware, honey. Ladies and gentlemen, we can't afford this kind of silly behavior. Why? It's not many jobs out there. And I'm out.